Hey, welcome to the devlog. Today I will be taking you on a short tour of the demo, actually the first section of the demo. So let's dive in. Here we are in the demo. Like I said, in this section I'm figuring out the basics. And one of the core mechanics is jumping between screens. In the end, I want to make this like a little moment that you grab the next screen and pull yourself through to the next area. But currently it's implemented as follows. Aside from the screen jumping between screens, you can also grab objects like this box, run around with it and throw it back into the screen wherever you want, except for inside walls. So the idea is that you use that box to get to that higher area and move to the next screen. And then over here you encounter a new element, a new interactable, as I'm calling them, objects you can interact with. So you can also grab that jellyfish, drop it back into the scene and use it as a little jump platform to get to even higher ground. Over here I want to quickly talk a little bit about game design and trying to get the player to do or get the player to learn the things that you want them to learn so that they can solve more complex puzzles later on. So over here, the intended behavior or the intended solution and the intended lesson is that you place the jellyfish, not over there, but somewhere there roughly, and that you figure out that you can use the box and the jellyfish in combination. So you actually bounce that box up to the top. That might not work in one go, but their second try it worked. So you press the button, you open the gate and you solve the puzzle. But what happens a lot of the time, or what actually happened this week in the playtest, is that people obviously use the jellyfish to jump on, because that's what I taught you. You can grab the jellyfish, position it, and then you jump on the jellyfish to get to higher ground. So that's what people know about this jellyfish. So this is actually the solution that most people come up with. And what I think is the most interesting part about game design and also about puzzle design is that trying to figure out and facilitate and design the screen in a way that it's almost only possible to solve it by putting the box on the jellyfish and hitting that button. That's actually a puzzle for me as a designer, to figure out how can I get people to solve it in this way? How can I make this setup so that it's only solvable in this way? So as you see, I haven't figured that out yet, but it's a work in progress. Last week I introduced the bug of the week, a little segment which I'm going to rename to the fix of the week, because it's not always bugs that I'm running into. Let's run to the left and show you what I'm talking about. So I was designing these levels and I noticed that I was quickly running out of space, because my player is quite big and I want him to be this big in the screen. It's roughly 2.5 tile heights. But that means that I always have to create corridors or ceilings that are at least 3 tiles high. As you can see here, there's a gap of 2, but I cannot pass through. So I always have to make these big corridors, let's call them. So I noticed that I was running out of space quite quickly, and really the last 2 weeks I hadn't figured out anything to improve this. So as you can see, over here I've implemented an extra layer of ground. It's something that I saw in an Instagram video. Someone was just running through their platformer and I saw, oh, they have an extra layer in the background that they can jump on and drop through, which gives you a lot more ways to lay out your platform, and is actually a lot more fun as well, I think, because you get an extra dimension for the platforming. So yeah, that was an obvious fix, but I was very happy that I found that, and it's like, okay, now it's gonna be, I've solved that, that's gonna be fine. And this week I had a little bit less time to work on the game than I anticipated, but I did implement my first animation. The first element of my game is coming alive. The jellyfish, when you bounce on it, it gives this little bloop, this little animation, which is just really fun to see for me, because the world is slowly coming alive. And in the upcoming week, the focus will still be on this first section that we went through today. And that's gonna be it for this video. If you want to come along my game dev journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you next week. If all this shit is out of focus, I'm gonna